A couple of years ago, I put together a series of different videos showing exercises that can be done to prepare for the dragon boat season. And now I thought I would put them together into a workout that might be easier to follow rather than looking at the separate videos. So we're going to start with a warm-up and do some marching. And knee up. Hamstring curl. And a side step. And now we'll do a side step with a little reach. Remember to push your hips back for this one. You're not leaning your torso too far forward, and try to have good posture even though you're leaning forward. And then we'll do all of those again, so we'll go back to the march. And the knees up. The hamstring curl. And the side step. And a side step with reach. Good. And all of that one more time. For the warm-up, we need our body temperature to get higher. We need our breathing rate to get higher. We need our joints to get lubricated with more synovial fluid. We need our blood to get flowing. And we also need to get mentally prepared to exercise. So the warm-up is an important part of the workout. And hamstring curl. And side step. There are lots of things that can be done for a warm-up. This is just one example. And then a side step with the reach. Okay, now we're ready to get into the dynamic stretching part of our workout. So those are short stretches that are done before the workout, not long stretches. So just feel the stretch and then release. So we'll start with a quad pull. And I have a chair here too. So the chair can always be used for balance for any of the exercises that you may feel it's needed for. So quad pull. And I'll just do about 5 per side. That's 2. 3, 4, and 5. And this next one is a figure 4 pull, so just pulling the knee and shin up towards your chest, but keeping good posture. And this one is to stretch the glutes, so it's good for paddling because we use the glutes quite a bit with the leg drive. If this one hurts your knee, this is an alternative that you can do. I really like this alternative. I feel it a little bit more as well in the muscles that we're targeting. And then a hamstring curl. So this one leg straight in front and push the hips up and back. Again, this was covered, the technique for this was covered in the video series that was done a couple of years ago called February Workout. The side view of this one. And then leg swings, another nice one to have the chair for. Just look around and make sure you won't hit anything. If you want to swing the other arm, it's alternating. And try to keep your hips center for this one rather than swinging your hips as well. Try to keep your hips facing forward and your torso facing forward. About 10 per side, but you can do more if you like. And the other side. This is good to stretch the hip flexors, which get quite tight for paddlers because we're sitting while we're exercising, which shortens the hip flexor muscles. And then we'll do a little bit of a side lunge with the reach. As you reach up, you're stretching your lats. And as you lunge to the side, you're stretching the adductors as well. So it covers a few different areas. And this is another one I really like for the insides and outsides of the thighs, which isn't in the February series. So lunge to the side and kick across. We've done this in some of our warm-ups at the lake. You can do 5 or so, 5 to 10 per side. Okay, and then we'll do a seated torso activator. So I'm going to use the chair for this one. In a seated position, I'll put my hands on my chest. Rotate as much as I can. Once I'm here, tilt, come back up, and try to rotate more. And I'll find that I do have the range to rotate more, even though I didn't think that I could rotate more before. Really interesting exercise. And then back to center after you've done 3. Keep the hips facing forward. Rotate as much as you can to the other side. Tilt, up, rotate more. Tilt, up, and rotate more one last time. And back up. So there's that one. Now we'll move the chair to the leg again. There's some arm circles. Watch out for light fixtures. And the other way. Just going at your own pace. This doesn't have to be fast. Some good swings in front of the arms. And another exercise for rotation, warm up for rotation, is swinging from side to side like this. Okay, now we're almost ready to get into the actual strengthening and stabilizing exercises. So this workout is a beginner workout. If there is anything you can't do, just don't do it. Stop if it's uncomfortable or painful. We'll start with putting the towel out to do the clamshell exercise, which is an exercise. It's all about stabilizing the core. So on the warm-up, the February workouts, I mentioned to brace the core. We want to brace the core, but rather than thinking of pushing the tummy upwards, think about making it taut and tighter. So you don't need to push the tummy upwards as much, as rather thinking of it more coming in, the muscles coming inwards. So again, put the hands just on the hip bones and then inwards, and feel that as you brace your abdomen, there's a tightness of the muscles there. So now, once we've tightened or braced, we can start with one clamshell and then the other side. So I'm going to brace now, do the exercise, come back up, release the brace, re-brace, do the other side. So that's 2 on each side. Now we'll do brace, of course. 3, brace, 3, brace, 4, brace, 4, brace, 5, brace, 5, re-brace. We're going to go for 15, so that was 6, re-brace, 6, brace, 7, brace, and here's 8, 8, 9, 9. Next time we'll do both legs, so it won't take as long. 10, 10. If you want to go faster, you can, as long as you're bracing the abdominals. Sometimes it takes time to learn that, so that's why I'm taking my time. That was 11, I think. 12, 12, 13, 13. Remember to brace. 14, 14, 15, and 15. So there's a clamshell, one set of the clamshell exercise. We're going to do 2 sets of everything for this workout, even though you can do 1 set of everything if you're not feeling up to doing 2, or you can do 3 sets if you're feeling like you'd like to do more. So now the push-up. I'm going to use a chair for this one. And I'm putting it against the couch so I can feel stable. I'm going to go for 15, so I'll start at something that is challenging for me for 15, and then once it gets too hard, I'll go to something easier. So I'm going to put my arms on the chair and keep a plank sort of position. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My technique's still good, but I want to show you another option. This is an easier way. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're going for repetitions of 15. So there's the push-ups. Now we'll do the squat, which also requires a chair. And in the previous videos, I explained using a band just for stabilizing the knees and helping prevent the knees from coming inward, which is a common mistake that a lot of us make because the knees can not be accustomed to lifting out. So this is to prevent the knees from coming inwards. So push outwards on the band to prevent the knees from coming in. And we'll do 15 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. I'm gonna get a drink of water. Okay, next we have the row, or in the video it was a single arm pull. I'm going to do it a little bit differently because I don't have a door handle here to use for the demonstration. I'm going to take a band and put it around my feet like that, and then I'm going to have my knees just slightly bent, have good posture, and pull the band back like that. So 1, it's a bit too easy, so I'm going to tighten my grip, shorten the band a bit. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. That one was just fine. Now, the supine hip raise. So, supine means laying on the back. I'm going to lay on my back and raise my hips. So, my feet fairly close to my hips. My hands can be just out to the side to stabilize. And I'll just raise my hips. Squeeze my glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is for the glutes and the hamstrings, mainly. I think I'm at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And the next exercise is the shoulder raise. So I'm going to use some cans for this one. So I just have some cans of beans for this. So just getting an athletic stance, which is knees slightly bent, shoulders back and down, looking forward. And I'll do 15, coming up and out to the side a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And I just was coming up to shoulder level here. I don't want to go too high with this one, just up to shoulder level. And next, it's the leg drop. So there are a few different levels of this, which were shown in the previous video series. I'm just going to go with the easiest level first. So for this one, I want to make sure that my lower back is pressed down against the floor. If it stops being pressed down, I'm going to stop the exercise because it's not as safe for my body. So So we'll do total of 15. 2, I guess 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Try to make sure your neck is relaxed for this one. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. There we go. Now, we'll do, my list is here, that's what I'm looking at. Side plank. Oh, and I need my watch for this one. So, got the stopwatch that the team gave me years ago. I'm gonna go for 30 seconds with the side plank. So I'm gonna start now. Here's one variation being on the knee. I think I'm ready to go to the foot, so you can do either variation you want. And I'm doing this for 30 seconds. Can't really see my clock though, so there we go. There we go, 10 seconds left. There we go. And then I'll do the same on the other side. Just using my towel to cushion my elbow a little bit. Okay. You can take a bit of a rest if you want, or go right into it. And another 30 seconds on this side. So remember, you can have this variation where your legs are straight, or you can go down to the knees. Once we get this exercise, we'll add variations that make it more challenging. This is just a base exercise, base workout that we're doing. And then we'll build onto it with other exercises as well that you might think are more fun. Okay, now the bum walk, which is very useful for us as paddlers. I'll lay on my towel like that. Now I'm going to start at one end of my towel or mat, yoga mat, whatever you have, and walk my way so my bum is at the other end. Walk. Focusing on my hips, moving forward linearly. Walk, 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 and then walking back. So try not to use your heels digging in too much for this one. Make the motion come from your hip, because what we're doing on the way back is important for paddling. And we'll do that one more time, all the way forward. And then all the way back. So forward and back twice for this. There we go. And now we'll do the YTA. So I'm not going to use weight for this one. I find it challenging enough without weights. But I do like to do quite a few repetitions, so it's just like this. And if you don't like pushing yourself into the ground, you can also use cushions to help you have less pressure on your chest. So you can have cushions under your rib cage and then again under your forehead. So then you have less pressure on your chest. I'm not going to use all of those, but try maybe just with this one. Okay, that's a Y, T, and A. A, sorry, can't hear me very well. Y, T, A. So you can rest your forehead on the ground. Y, T, A. I'm thinking about my shoulder blades when I do these movements. I'm not thinking about my arms really. I'm thinking about my shoulder blades moving up, 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 squeezing together. So my shoulder blades for this one kind of go up like this. And then for this one, my shoulder blades go more inwards. And this one, they kind of come up and forwards. So I lost count, but I'll do 10 more sets. How about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, you can take a rest whenever you want. 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's a tough one, but it's good for paddling, so it's good to strengthen the stabilizing muscles for our shoulders before we get in the boat and use the big muscles for paddling. Helps to keep our shoulders safe for the paddling season. Okay, so those were all of the exercises. We're going to go through one more set. I may use some slightly different variations, and then we'll stretch. So I'm going to get a drink of water and then go back to the push-ups. Okay. Push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do the last 5 from my knees. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And next we have, oops, I missed the clamshell. So I'll go back to that one now. And I'm going to use a band and do a total of 15 repetitions. Oh no, not a band. I'm going to use rice. No, that's a different one. Using a band. So I'm going to put it around my knees. And pull as resistance for the clamshell. So I still want to think about bracing, so I'm going to brace and then open, close, relax the brace, brace again, and go. 2, brace, 3, brace, 4, brace, 5, brace, 6, brace, 7, brace, 8, brace, 9, brace, 10, brace, 11, brace, 12, brace, 13, brace, 14, brace, the squat. This time I'm not going to use the band because I feel pretty confident about the stability of my knees and my squat technique. Instead, I'm going to make it harder by adding weight. So I've actually made a couple of bags of canned goods. So I have a bag of 3 different cans of different sizes, and I'm going to fold it like that. And another one here. So just easy things to have around the house. And I'll do 15 squats with my groceries in hand. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. Now we'll do the row. So the arm, the pull or row using the arm. So that was fairly easy for me using 2 hands with this band. So if you were challenged the first way you did it, just keep it there. But I wasn't feeling challenged, so I'm going to try both sides of the band in one hand, and that will increase the resistance for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I didn't mention that I'm trying to activate the muscles in my back first. So I'm thinking about the muscles in my back. I'm sort of starting to bring my shoulder blade inwards, and then I'm pulling with my arm. So think about stabilizing the muscles that are deeper in the body first. I think that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Also, if using the bands hurts your hands, there are bands that you can buy that have handles, or you could try to wrap a towel around it as well, so that might be a more comfortable grip for you. Or you can buy pieces of PVC tubing or piping to modify things as well sometimes. Okay. Oh, the hip raise is next, and I have a bag of rice that I'm going to try this one with now. So, try this, making it a little bit harder. The bag of rice on my hip. So, okay. Let's try this. Hold it down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll move my feet in a bit. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I think that was a little harder. This is too heavy. Let's see. I don't see how much is in here. Partially used as well. Shoulder raise. So again, I'm going to use the bags of groceries that I have for the shoulder raise because the single cans were not quite heavy enough for me. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Here's that. And then the leg drop. I'm going to go to the next level of challenge for this one. Although I find these challenging already. But I know I can do more. So I'm going to try a little bit more challenging using 2 legs instead of 1. So again, I want to make sure my lower back is against the ground the whole time. And 1, see, I can feel that my lower back wants to come off. 2, 3. Kind of helps if I put more of my center of gravity higher. 4, but I'm still keeping my lower back down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I forgot. I should have done single leg. That's the next level. 9, I'll show you. Straight leg. 10, 11, that's easier. 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew. That was just about right. And then the side plank, so I'll get my timer again. I'm going to stick with 30 seconds, just building my strength. Reset. And start. Ten seconds. 20. 10. Oh, that was 30. And now I'll go to the other side. Oh. Use my towel to wipe some sweat off too. And I'll start timing again. If you want to time your rest, you can as well. 20 seconds, 30 seconds. This early in our training, it's more about getting the movements with good technique, and it's fine to take as much rest as you want while we're just starting out the season. More seconds. Okie dokie. And now the bum walk. We'll do back and forth twice. Walk, walk, walk. Linearly. Good posture. and back. Okay, almost there. And one more. Set. Forward. Trying to feel it in my core muscles as well. Oh, when I think about that, I can take longer steps by a long amount. Okay, thinking about my core. Moving back. Oh, that helps. Definitely helps. And good posture, of course. Try not to round your back for this one. Sit nice and tall. All right. There we go. Now the YTA. Okay, I'm gonna do 15 of all of them. So 15 times the 3 exercises. Oopsies. This works. Y, T, A, 2. This will be 3. Come on, 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Okay. So yeah, just do what you can of that one too. If you find that just getting into this position and moving is enough, just do that. I mean, I have a bit of an old shoulder injury and that was a little uncomfortable, but for me, I know it's helping in the long run. If you're finding it's uncomfortable and you're worried that it's not helping, you can skip it and talk to me and we'll find some other variations for you to do. Okay, so we've done 2 sets. You can do another set if you like, starting from the clamshell exercise and going to the YTA, or you can continue on to stretching, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So actually, while I'm sitting here, I might as well do a quad stretch. So I can do a quad stretch like this as well, just holding on to my shin, holding onto my ankle and bringing my heel towards my bum. I was going to time for 30 seconds. I'll estimate this time and I'll get the stopwatch up in a minute. Okay, and the other side. You can also do this exercise both sides at a time if you want. I find it more comfortable to do one side at a time. I'm going to stand up and do a hip flexor stretch, which I forgot to put in the original series of the couch stretching sequence. So I'm going to do a bit of a lunge. I'm going to put a bit more of my weight on the back leg and lean back. I'll do a bit of a chest stretch at the same time. You can hold on to a chair if you want for this one. I know it's tricky to balance for this one sometimes. But yeah, I can really feel this one here, which is important for us as paddlers to stretch here. Even if this stretch isn't as relaxing as some of the stretches. And then the other side. And then I'll use the chair. You can use your couch or whatever you like. I'm gonna bring this little table out and do a hamstring stretch using this time. Just a bit of a different variation. I'll just stretch and lean forward a little bit. I can feel a stretch in my hamstring as my leg is up and I'm leaning forward into a kind of hinging position. And now the other side. You can leave your chair where it is probably. I'm just gonna move mine so you can see better, maybe. You can also massage your muscle that you're stretching if you want to. Okay, and now a glute stretch. I'm gonna go into a figure 4 stretch and lean forward until I can feel a stretch in my glutes. And then same thing on the other side for 30 seconds. Good, and here's a different variation of a glute stretch. If that one was hurting your knees, you just do more of a hug of your leg. And even if you, I can't lean back, I've got a plant there. Scoot forward, grab my leg, cross it over a bit, lean back, then I can feel a stretch in my glutes as well. So that's another variation you can do if you don't like the figure 4 stretch that we just did. So this is another option. So grab your leg, bring it up, and bring it across and lean back. You may feel a stretch that way as well. Okay? Now we'll do a rotation stretch. So speaking of crossing our legs, you can cross your legs and then rotate towards the side that has the leg on top. So just go as far as you can comfortably. And then the other leg, so cross the other leg and rotate the other way. Okay. What's next? The rhomboid stretch. So just reaching around, like it's like you're hugging a big giant tree or person. So you're spreading your elbows apart and your shoulder blades apart as well and clasping of the fingers. I'm not looking at my clock. We'll go for about 30 seconds, just estimating. Oh, sorry, my posture is terrible. We should have better posture, right? It's better? Good, and then we'll do a neck and upper back stretch. So a turning and looking downwards. So you can relax your head on your hand. There are two ways to do this. You can relax your head on your hand. So the weight of your head can go onto your hand. Or you can even gently pull, whichever is more comfortable for you. I hope you heard that. So you can relax your hand on your head on your hand, or gently pull. And the other side, so looking over, looking down, good posture, and choose your most comfortable way to do this stretch. If you are pulling, make sure it's really gentle. Okay, and here's a stretch for these ropey muscles in here called the scalenes and also some other muscles. So it's kind of a side of the neck stretch. So just moving your head to the side. If you feel that it feels better to lean back a little bit or lean forward a little bit, you can experiment with where your muscles are tight and what you need for yourself. And the other side. Okay, gently come up, and now we have a chest stretch, so some options. If I'm here, I think it might help more to reach back and feel a stretch in my chest. Better if I can do it with my thumbs up, so I'm just going to rest my hands on the ledge. You can hold the back of your couch, or maybe put your arm around the back of your chair even. Yeah, that works well as also. So just stretching out my chest area here. And then the other side. That side feels a bit awkward. Another way to do it is to put your hands on your lower back and open up your chest. So if you prefer that one, that's fine too. Hands on the hips, open up the chest. Yes. And then a lat stretch. A table or a different chair in front of you. Just reach forward, opening up, reaching with the back. Also go more to one side and reach. And more to the other side with the other arm. Good. Okay. Now, a little bit of a lower back stretch. If you're not feeling a stretch in your lower back, you may want to curl your spine more and see if you can touch the ground. So if you feel a stretch there, you can hold it for 30 seconds. And a hinge stretch as well. You can think about keeping your back straight and leaning forward. How far can you hinge? Do this one sideways. far can you hinge while keeping your torso tall? So you use your hands, you can figure out how far you can hinge, keeping a nice long torso. And also try one arm. How far can I reach with one arm, keeping my torso long? And the other side, reaching and keeping the torso as long as you can. Okay. All right, you can go through the stretches again if you like, or you can call it a day for your workout. Thanks for doing this workout and getting ready for the season with Spirit of Rest.